Mike Myers. We will reference him in just a second. This is Ottawa Eats. I'm your host, Tom Schoch. Thanks so much for joining us. Origin. What does origin mean? Origin, original. You know what? We're going to find out. We're going to find out from Dennis. We're going to talk to him next. It's Ottawa Eats on Rogers TV. All right, welcome to Coffee Talk. I've always wanted to do that. Dennis, thanks for having us here.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
This is a beautiful cafe in the heart of the market. Beautiful historic building. So if people don't know where you guys are, first of all, where can people find you?
Okay, so we're located at 111 York Street in the Byward Market, just at the corner of Dalhousie and York.
Yeah, so a pretty landmark place, obviously. A beautiful building, and what you guys have done here on the inside, you've kept a lot of the historical kind of aspects intact. And the whole kind of atmosphere in here is very, I don't want to call it chic, because chic seems to be cliche these days, but it is very casual. It's a really great atmosphere.
It is. Yeah, we tried to kind of blend the best of all worlds, right? To kind of bring that upscale feel for a coffee shop,
right?
But at the same time, bring some funkiness to it. You know, it's historical meets industrial meets just a little bit of steampunk.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a personal question. You have to be 100% honest.
Okay, sure. Okay?
Did you get the idea for this place from Friends?
From Friends? No, from the TV show Friends?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I see the couch over there. Yeah. I assume Ross and Rachel would show up. I don't know.
That'd be good. If they want to pop by, though, they're more than welcome.
You're more than welcome. They're big viewers of the show, actually. Tell us about this place, because I mean, obviously you guys do coffee, but you guys do a lot more than coffee. But what is the inspiration behind it, and why would people want to come down here and see you?
Sure. So the idea originally came from New York. I lived in New York a couple years ago, and it's really popular there. The coffee house that turns into a lounge at night. And I thought, how come nobody's really doing this in Ottawa, right? You got all these kind of cool, funky lounges, coffee houses here in Ottawa, and then at 5 o'clock, the doors are closed, the lights are off, right? And I thought, what a great idea, you know? And when I walked into my local spot in Manhattan, all they did is pull out the candles, change the music, and then bring out the beer and wine and spirits, and you know, you had a whole other different place. So when I came back, I spoke to my business partner Dan, and we thought, you know, Ottawa could use a little bit of coffee shop lounge loving.
Right. Now, the lounge part of it, if people are going to the coffee shop, you're going to get what you get at a coffee shop, and some amazing coffee and some great little things that go with it. And we'll get into that in a second. But explain a little bit about the lounge and what happens here at night. Like, what? Just a strobe light in the corner and a candle, or?
No, you know what? We do bring in a DJ a couple times a week, right? We bring in a DJ to play some house music, so you can still have a great conversation with your friends and hang out and listen to some cool beats. You can come alone, still do some work, right? But there's sport bars out there. There's clubs. There's pubs. But there's kind of, especially in Ottawa, that lacking that lounge, you know, where you can speak to yourselves, have a good time, but you don't have to go watch a game, or you don't have to jump on the dance floor. And
there's no shooters going around.
We do have shooters, but it's we don't have a shooter girl.
Oh,
so if you're disappointed, I guess we won't see you on Saturday, right? Okay. But we still have bachelor parties and birthday parties. It's actually quite the popular place for groups. I think because it feels like you're having a house party when you come here, right?
Yeah.
We are in an old heritage home, and I think people always say so cozy, right? I feel like I'm at home having a good time, or I like one of those cozy little spots in Montreal, in the alley you walk in, and with exposed brick, and so that's kind of what we're going for, right? And you were talking chic. I mean, we love when people refer to us as chic or fancy, or this is really right. But I think we like to think without the attitude. For us, clients are number one here, and friendliness and really getting to know our clients is so important to us, right? So if you walked in a coffee shop, and you've spoken to a barista and they made you feel stupid about coffee, right? We like to think that we're not that place,
right?
Where you can ask any questions you want, and hopefully, your viewers will learn a little bit today about what it takes to make great coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one more question. Of course, you have your beautiful patio out there.
Yes.
what is your vice of choice? Because this is a place full of vices. You've got your caffeine, you've got your beers, you've got your wines, you've got all those guilty pleasures that you love. You know, you have your cheese and your meat and all the desserts. So what's your favorite
What is it
vice?
when I come? So if I'm here during the day, I love my sugar. So I'm either a latte, a vanilla latte guy, or a mocha.
Yeah.
And then during the day, I've been drinking the same thing for a long time, and it's a vodka ginger ale. So.
Oh, during the day.
Yeah, we have our Crystal Head.
11, 10 a.m.
I start 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Get past the lunch rush,
Okay.
and then.
And don't take this the wrong way, but you kind of look like a latte guy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know what that kind of. Well, this is
I don't
what
know
he
what that
looks
is.
like. This is what a latte guy looks like. So there you go. So we're gonna hang out with one of your baristas.
Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna talk with Jay today, and Jay's gonna show everybody how to.
What kind of guy is he? Is he a latte guy too?
He's a little bit.
Is he
of,
more of an espresso guy?
Yeah. What's something a little old version of?
Earl Grey. He's an Earl Grey.
He's Earl Grey.
He's
Yeah.
Earl Grey. Okay. All right. We're gonna talk to Earl Grey next. This is Earl, last name Gray, or Jay. He's the barista. Is that a masculine, feminine? Is there one for that?
I would
barista?
say very masculine.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Husky almost?
Barista is like you're like the espresso bartender. It's a very good name to have.
And you had the groove with it. You had the
absolutely,
You had
absolutely.
that going. Okay. So Jay's going to educate us a little bit about coffee. This is a beautiful machine that you're obviously very familiar with, and we're actually going to take it home at the end of the show. It's very nice of them to give it
Perfect.
to us.
So I'll talk to Dennis, and maybe the two of us both can help you put it in the vehicle.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Great.
All right, there you go.
Very, very good. So, Jay, first question. When it comes to coffee, I mean, people are going to come in here and they're just going to ask for your straight up coffee. And a lot of people say coffee's coffee. Is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So I always tell people coffee's like wine. Everyone says, well, wine is wine. And anyone who drinks wine knows wine is not wine. There's different places where it's grown. It's everything under the gamut, even with craft beer.
Right.
Coffee is the exact same thing. So most places will always tell you they have a medium roast and a dark roast.
Okay.
We are like every other cafe. We both offer both. So our medium roast that we offer here at Origin is Sweet Organic Justice. It is an incredibly smooth, well-balanced medium roast coffee. It sits on your palate and then it just slowly goes away. So it's not offensive. It's a perfect morning coffee.
Okay.
And the difference between medium and dark is the lighter the roast, the more caffeine. So people think, oh, I'm going to get a dark roast coffee. It's got more caffeine in it. That's totally wrong. It's an old wives' tale.
Really?
I don't know where people. It's kind of like people say, well, if I take my coffee beans and I put it in the freezer, you're actually ruining the taste of the coffee.
Okay,
So
there's a
there-
couple
so
of myths
there you
blown
go.
right out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So when people do make their own coffee at home and they have that, you get that bitter aftertaste. What is
Yeah.
that exactly? Is that just bad coffee?
So
that you've overbrewed it, or
the
or
key
what?
is you want to make sure you're grinding the coffee correctly. Once you open your coffee, it's good for 7 days. So you need to consume your coffee for freshness in that 7 days. You got to make sure that your water is filtered. So if you're using city water, it's going to have the water is going to actually change the flavor of the coffee.
Okay.
And so it comes down to freshness, proportion, and you also want to make sure the grind is perfect.
Right.
So these are factors that people do not put into consideration sometimes at home.
Okay, so you get a bag of coffee. Let's say you just go to the grocery store, you get a bag of coffee, you really like the kind, and then you open up the bag, you have to use that coffee within 7 days?
That is, if you want your coffee to taste as good as it did when you opened it up on Monday,
Right.
and then now you're into the following Monday, there's 7 days, and then the coffee will taste the same. If you're grinding it constantly the same way, you're using the same type of water, it will be the same way.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's get into this actual beautiful machine here.
The espresso machine, yes.
Yeah, this is quite the contraption. You probably need to be trained of some sort to actually
Absolutely,
use this.
yes.
Okay,
And
good.
it's
So I
not,
won't be touching it.
No. For seasoned baristas, it's not rocket science for us, but there is definitely years of experience you need to be doing this, and it becomes a craft, right? It becomes an art form. So today, what I was going to do for you guys is that here at Origin Trade, we have our Origin Chai, and it's become one of our flagship drinks You can get it cold or hot. Obviously, when we opened, we were open in the winter season, so having it hot was the best way to have it.
Right.
And I love to make it for you and have you to try it.
I'm interested. Okay.
Okay.
What goes into this?
So first of all, one of the key ingredients that people are like, wow, it's got that kind of coffee taste to it. Yes, because it's got espresso in it. So you have 2 shots of freshly ground espresso.
I don't know why, but every time I see somebody do that, I think of my dad's pipe. The tobacco and the nice cherry flavor,
I remember my grandfather rolling actually way back in the day. Okay, so the other things that go into the origin chai is we have dark chocolate mocha, and we also have white mocha. Followed by chai. Now, chai lattes have been around for a long, long time. It's definitely a favorite of most people. You can go to any cafe establishment and get it. What we've done is put a spin on it. So then we mix it with, now milk, it's really up to anyone. Here at Origin, we offer almond, lactate, non-fat, or 2%. So I'm just going to steam this. And while I'm at it, I'm going to pour our shots of espresso, and then you get to have the best drink in the Byward Market.
This would be a great way to do laundry, I think. Steamer, like if you want to get those wrinkles out. I think my shirt actually needs some wrinkles out of it. That's beautiful looking espresso.
And the big thing about espresso, you want that beautiful creme on top. And that's what makes espresso so fantastic, is the creme. All right, so please enjoy, as I said, the best drink in the Byward Market.
Now this is one of the drinks that you can just drink straight away because of the temperature?
Now we steam the chai. Now most people, when they're first starting off, they'll always have a thermometer in with the chai, and you can steam your milk. Being a seasoned barista, you actually go by sound and you go by touch.
Okay.
And you can be pretty spot on the temperature. So this you want to be at 140 degrees, which is typically any type of latte that you would get at any cafe.
What's the perfect thing that goes with this, if you're going to have something with this?
The perfect side-by-side treat to go with that, and let me just grab one for you, is a raspberry shortbread cookie with white drizzled chocolate. Now, I'll tell you the reason why I say that. The raspberry will counterbalance the sweetness that you have within the chai itself, with the drink itself. And the cinnamon goes really well with the shortbread, that's what it is. So it's like the perfect date, the perfect ensemble. You know what I'm saying?
The perfect couple.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like you and your friend Dennis over there.
Well, that's debatable.
And that is the best coffee. That is amazing. Wow. That's got a lot of levels to it. And I'm going to have a little bit of it.
Please, absolutely.
All right, try and stop me.
Not at all. Now that you've had a bite, now the key is after you have another sip, and I bet you that drink tastes actually better.
Yeah.
Doesn't that raspberry just pop?
It does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Beautiful coffee. We finished our coffee education. Do you like that? I made up that word. That was good.
You got to hashtag that and copyright it at the same time.
Are you my agent? Perfect. You're in.
Could be. I'll have to talk to Dennis.
3%. 3%. No higher.
5, and we're in.
Deal.
Deal.
I'm a really terrible negotiator. This is why you're my agent. Okay. Obviously, you do coffee here, but if people are looking for something a little bit more substantial, a snack that they could even share with somebody, we're going to do a charcuterie board.
Yes. So the charcuterie board, it's very, I guess, the in thing, and everyone's doing it. And if you're going to be a cafe lounge, you got to have a good charcuterie board. And here at Origin, I believe that we give out that. We make sure that all our products are local, or as local as it can be. So when it comes to our meats, we have 3 different types of meat on our charcuterie board. So we have a smoked applewood pork, and that's right from Ottawa. We also have a smoked hickory beef summer sausage, and that's from the Southern Ontario area.
Okay.
And then we have a mild salami, and that comes out of Toronto.
Okay.
And then we have our brie cheese, which is right out of here from our neighbors, Quebec, right over in Gatineau.
We should mention the bread, obviously.
Absolutely. So we have crostinis, and we also have fresh French baguettes that we cut obviously in small pieces, and we get this from the French baker over here on Murray Street, so very close to us. And again, all these products here, the meat and the cheese and our crostinis and the veg, we get it all from a great place called the Piggy Market here in Ottawa in Westboro.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is take this asparagus. I'm just going to quickly cut it.
Now, with this charcuterie board, is there a drink that you would recommend with this as well?
Absolutely.
That goes with this?
So we offer obviously red and white wines, being a lounge, and one of my favorite wines that we carry here is from Sandbanks Winery, and it's called Mouton Noir. It's a fantastic full-body red, which goes extremely well with the meat and cheese, with the brie cheese. So when you're doing a charcuterie, you can either lay your meat flat or you can style it some way. I like to do something with it. So it gives it some style, it gives it some presentation. Again, I mean, you are eating meats, and there's something to be said about presentation.
This is a very European thing to do. I remember when I was a kid, being from Switzerland, that my parents would put this out for breakfast. This is what you would consider breakfast. It was pretty normal. And you'd have a little jam or little sweet stuff with it that would go with it as well. So,
you know, I myself at home, there are many times I will not really want to have, say, a supper. I'd rather come home and have some meat and cheese, and that'll be essentially dinner, and have a nice glass of wine.
Right.
It's absolutely perfect.
And you can almost trick yourself into thinking that you're eating light when you're not.
Yeah, I mean, the body thinks that it's not eating much, and
I'm just having a snack.
I'm just having cheese.
Yeah, you just ate 3 packages of roast beef, Tom. That's a little intense.
Oh my God, that's excellent.
I don't actually eat 3 packages. It's only 2.
It's only 2.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just going to say, I got you back. See, your agent would know this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's when we have our power dinners. Yeah, you come over.
So again, everything is about presentation. You want to have it laid out. So when you come here, this is perfect for 2 people, or if you have a group of 4. It's an excellent thing you can share. You order a bottle of wine and you have a charcuterie board. It's sophisticated. It's relaxed. It's perfect.
And you can hang out with your friends and then wait for the DJ to warm up and get into that second bottle of wine.
Hey, now you're speaking. Yeah. See, that's why you and I were so
that's
compatible.
Why you're an agent.
Now, to top it all off, we have a spicy jam. And this
spicy jam.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Go on.
All right, and we make this in-house. So this is, I'm not going to give away our secret recipes, but this is homemade, and it's made here at Origin. You won't get this anywhere else, that's for sure. And there we are. So and then what I need you to do, because you cannot enjoy this without the Mouton Noir.
Oh, very nice.
So,
and this is great too. Charcuterie boards, if you're having this with a couple of friends, it's good to grab from every location. That's the other thing. You want to make sure that everything's accessible.
Absolutely, and that's the other thing, right? It's like people, when you're with friends or significant other, you're not only are you enjoying the food, but you're actually, it becomes a conversation piece. Because, hey, have you tried this?
Yeah.
Oh, I added the jam with this.
Yeah.
It totally becomes a conversation piece.
Can't have this one, it's mine.
Yeah, and
this mate's taken.
the slap of the hand. What are you doing? So this is definitely the one that you want to have with this.
There you go. All right, so if you're looking for coffee or something else to get your night started off,
This is it.
all right, we talked a little bit about coffee earlier, and we had a beautiful charcuterie board, and there's so many different kinds of coffee that you offer in specialty coffee shops pretty much around the world, but
Yep.
here specifically. So what would be the difference between something like an Americano and, I mean, there's so many different kinds
Yeah,
of,
I mean,
what's what?
Okay, so Americano is pretty straightforward. It's espresso and hot water.
Okay,
And then you can get into things like lattes, and everybody's, well, what is a latte? Well, a latte is espresso and steamed milk
Okay.
with a nice velvety foam on top. You don't
Right.
want, and then people are like, wow, I like a lot of foam. Okay, then you're a cappuccino drinker.
oh, okay.
So cappuccino is pretty much all foam, a little bit of milk with espresso.
So you're buying air,
Well, you're going for the total cappuccino experience,
but it's air.
essentially.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so those are your standard hot coffees,
Yeah.
but you can also have something just a little bit different too, right?
Yeah, specialty coffee. So a lot of people at the end of the night, they're like they want to spruce it up after an evening. So you can do drinks that have drip coffee or espresso. But here we have a drink that we use iced coffee.
Okay.
So it's the Origin Shaft, and it's very, very simple to make. So what you need to do is first and foremost add some ice. Then it's half a shot of Kahlua, 1 ounce of vodka. Then you take some of our freshly brewed iced coffee. And what you want to do is you want to give it a couple of shakes. Now this is a great beverage that you want to do, and say you're still kind of hungry because you've had the charcuterie board,
Right.
and you're like, man, I want something sweet. I want something a little bit more to what I'm having. So then what I would strongly suggest, and I'll pull it out and I'll show you in a moment, I would definitely get a caramel chocolate cheesecake with pecans. The key to this drink is to have a half an ounce of Bailey's on top. Now we all know what Bailey's tastes like and how nice that is.
Yeah. I call it milk in my house.
I'm gonna move in.
Perfect. Living with my agent. This is great.
So there you go. And you see how it beautifully cascades down? This is what I was talking about with the cheesecake. And then there you are.
Wow. Nice little nightcap right there.
Absolutely.
Jay, thank you so much for
My
doing
pleasure.
this.
Thanks for coming by.
And by the way, Dennis said some really mean things about you, but I won't tell you what they are.
It's okay. I put everything on social media about Dennis.
Good. All right. Follow Jay on social media if you want to find out what's actually going on. Well, that's it for another episode of Ottawa Eats. Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for having us.
Jay, he was all right, I guess.
He did okay. He did okay for a real great.
It's not fair. Now he's right
Yeah,
here.
I know.
Where can people find you?
Okay, so again, we're located at 111 York Street in the Byward Market, and then they can go online at origintrade.ca to, we have always events going on, we host
Right.
pop-up kitchens,
Yeah.
different things going on, and then we are social media at our Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. You can find us there and follow us there and see what's going on with our menu and our events every day.
All right. Well, we've made all this delicious food and these coffees, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be wired for the rest of the day. So thanks for watching Ottawa Eats, and I'll be over to paint your house later. With a lot of energy.
Woo!